intro.
Go for it.
Alright, hey guys, this is Dom. I'm being joined by Hunter and Sky
Greetings!
and Scott.
You can't help it.
We got most of the team here. So we'll be watching our only undefeated player somehow through 2 rounds, only 1-2-0 player. It's Smith. He's playing the mono black pack rat nonsense against the Bant aggro. And despite Joe's apparent dislike of this matchup, I actually think he has a decent shot. He has a bunch of like protection from black creatures and random nonsense.
I'm heading out to get food. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, see ya.
Alright, peace.
Yeah, I think it should be a close matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's got a million anti-control cards, and Smith is not a control deck, but he's got plenty of removal and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smith has a lot of 2-mana 2/2s and such, but he also has a ton of removal. And let's see, I think I played against Joe in my first round, so I'm a little familiar with what he's playing. Lockstone Smiter, I think, is going to be pretty good here. Stuff like that. Yeah, he's got. How many protection from black creatures does he actually have?
In his pool total, I believe he has 3. He's got Chameleon Colossus, Great Sable Stag,
Mirror Crusader.
Mirror Crusader. There we go. So
yeah. Okay, those are all going to be very tough for Michael to deal with.
Smith is going to be trying to set up a situation where he can activate his Liliana the Veil as the -2, because the +1 is very dangerous also.
Right, because of the Smiter and Wiltly Fleege. There are 2 cards that punish Smith for pulsing Liliana.
We should have drafted Obstinate Bailoff too, would have had all of them.
So, yeah, this is going to be rough. Smith can't really board out Liliana because it's only an answer to the pro-black creatures, but he also can't tick her up safely to use the sacrifice more than once.
Yeah.
What other tools does Smith have here? Sort of Body and Mind could be useful, but I don't know if it's going to be super spectacular here.
It can in the right draw.
Smith has Still Moon Cavalier, which has protection from white.
Relevant.
Yeah. Phyrexian Crusader has protection from white. So actually, he's got his own fair share of protection.
Yeah. Joe does have he's a Thrun. Also, you can't target that with removal.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. They both have a lot of cards the other player just can't interact with.
I think it's pretty. Yeah. I know, like, Magic is draw dependent, but this matchup feels particularly draw dependent.
Right. Paper. Whoever sees the most of their hate cards is going to be massively advantaged.
It's almost like a sideboarded game 1.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what they're playing in the main deck. But it seems like most of these cards are main deckable and just happen to have protection from the relevant colors.
Yeah.
Smith might not be playing Phyrexian Crusader main. But also he might be. I don't know. It's actually just... the only.
I know I saw it in our match, but I play a ton of red cards, so he might have ordered it in. I can't remember.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't help him kill his opponent game 1 unless he gets there all by itself, but it's a fantastic blocker.
True. I think they're having issues setting up their video call.
Okay. Yeah, I see the game has not started yet.
I actually paused our recording.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go.
All right.
And I think we're ready to get started. Michael with a 4 on the D20. So Joe will be on the play. Hey, somebody rolled a 2 and won last week. Or maybe the week before.
That happens to me way too often.
Smith's hand is better, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, he's got 2-drop, 3-drop, and then sword. Whereas Joe can't do anything until turn 4, but is guaranteed to have the mana for it. I would
Yeah.
probably mulligan that.
I think it's close. It's not great though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Under the
Joe's
new
actually just
mulligan
dead.
rule, under the new mulligan rule, I would definitely mulligan.
Right.
His deck also showed us some like mana issues in the first 2 rounds. I know that I think he changed his mana base a little bit. I think it's a
Okay.
defensible keep, but it's like
Oh,
I
he
think
kept it.
it could go either way.
He is
It's
on the
certainly
plane, so I guess that helps.
not what you want.
Smith has a lot of fast creatures. I would think he wants a little bit of defense or, proactivity against
Yeah,
that.
That hand just loses to Pack Rat too.
Right. Yeah, I would have definitely mulliganed that if it was me.
No,
but I've also played against Smith already, so I know what his deck does.
Most of his deck loses to Pack Rat, to be fair.
Right. He doesn't. Does he have Path to Exile or anything like that?
Probably
No.
does.
Wargate for 0, maybe. Does that do anything?
He's got no utility lands, if I remember
it's
right.
fine. Yeah. Wargate was Joe's last pick. I don't
It
think
was.
he drafted anything around it.
A lot of us are playing our last picks, I noticed when I was looking through the spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's interesting. I definitely picked all of my. I'll talk about my deck later when I'm actually in the match. But so Smith plays the Shade, drew a Necrotol, looks like, and a Terror.
Smith has
Alright,
so much removal.
Yeah. Although if it Thruns the one that comes down, then that's not gonna matter, which is
Yeah.
gonna be interesting.
This Thrun will be great if Joe can answer the sword. Which he
Right.
cannot right now, obviously.
Yeah.
Last
And
we
that's
checked,
the
he did
problem.
not have Reclamation Sage main deck.
Sending a message here.
With cards like Wargate in his deck, I think Reclamation Sage is main deckable. He also has the Fauna Shaman, right? No, wait, Fauna Shaman
Oh, he
was
has that too.
Carney has
Yeah.
Fauna Shaman.
Oh, Carney. Right. We've got 2 blue-white or green-white drafters. It's a little confusing.
Yeah. I think that's kind of shown a little bit when we've watched them play. Like, it feels like their decks are in some ways maybe a little bit incomplete. Or at least don't have all the angles that they want to have.
Optic Liliana for the lulz. Oh, not the Slay. That swings past a Thrun with a sword on it, at least. Seems not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't even need. He can put the sword on something else because it's going to go pro.
Well, okay, fair enough.
He can put the
protection is
sword
an
on the
ability.
Tuco Shade and just murder him. Yeah. And he doesn't even need to play the sword right now because he has to equip it next turn.
Joe really needs the Mirroring Crusader right now.
I think Smith could have swung with the Shade because Thrun couldn't afford to block. The double pump would have made
Yeah, with no regenerate.
values his Shade being alive higher than killing Thrun, which is possible with the sword in hand.
Gaddock Teague is a non-bow with Wargate.
This is very true, and Gaddock Teague is in Joe's hand.
Well, I think Joe really wants to Wargate for... Oh, no, that doesn't even really help. He doesn't know. Like, I was going to say he wants to Wargate for Mirror Crusader, but he can't block the Shadow guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plus, Wargate would
Go.
cost Satyr, and he doesn't. So what do you do here? Just cast Wiltleaf Leash? No, because you can't hold up for Generation Mana then. Maybe he doesn't need that.
He can Wargate for 2. I don't know
Hmm.
if that does this. He doesn't know about the sword. Like,
Right.
this play kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't leave your filter land as your only untap land, boys and girls.
Yeah, that was pretty loose. So he has colorless mana untapped.
Yeah.
End of turn.
Basically
Terror.
tapped out.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, Leaf Leash
Yep.
is...
Alright, Wiltleaf Leash is dead. We just have the Thrun here. And, pretty sure whatever Smith draws is not going to be better than casting Sword. Yeah, Gravecrawler's not quite as powerful here. So what do you think he's going to equip it to? I think the Shade is the most aggressive play. Because Geralf's Messenger is also the best blocker, and he can hold back the Thrun if Joe decides he wants to try to race somehow. But no, he puts it on the Messenger. Interesting.
It just pumps the most damage through.
Right. This turn, but not on future turns. Although I guess if Smith expects to cast Necrotal next turn, then he wouldn't want to pump with the Shade anyway.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Amusingly, they actually accidentally passed to Joe's turn. So, as far as Cockatrice is concerned,
So let's see what gets put into Joe's graveyard that he can no longer Wargate for. This is relevant.
main deck Heartwood Storyteller.
Not much, actually. Oh, Bant Charm would have been good.
Yeah.
Well, kills the sword. He's pretty dead. He's just way behind. This mono black deck's very good at pressing its advantage. Like, once it gets ahead, it turns a corner very quickly.
Yeah, and it gets ahead quickly because it has so many cheap aggressive creatures. The deck is just... I'm very impressed by how well it turned out.
Does Metamorph do anything?
You can copy the sword, but I don't think that's relevant.
Yeah. He can't get through, even if he could.
Yeah, I mean, the wolf can't block it, but...
Yeah.
Could copy the Dothy Slayer to block and trade with it.
It's not... I've heard worse.
That might actually be a relevant play. And then he can... I think Gaddock Teague doesn't do much either. Is he playing Wargate here?
I guess so.
If he main decked that Reclamation Sage, that'd be pretty tech.
Yeah. So Wargate X is 3.
We have, like, changed our deck list as far as I know. Or some people did.
Oh,
Yeah,
just to be
I
sure.
haven't done anything with mine. Yeah, that can block. It has pro block. Good.
It can block... Yeah, so I guess the sword gets moved on to the shadow guy.
Right, and then
It only
you
takes
still
4.
can't.
But he gets milled 10. Like, he's still on a 2-turn clock regardless.
Right. Yeah, this is still looking really bad.
Well, I
for
guess,
him.
yeah, he could metamorph the shadow creature, but then it still just dies in combat, so buy him a turn.
Yeah, since Smith can just move the sword to the Dothy Slayer, even cloning the Slayer is not as good as I was first thinking.
Yeah, I
it would
should
be.
learn this card's name. Dothy Slayer. I just keep calling him the shadow guy. Pro commentary.
Smith just doesn't even bother to move the sword.
Well, he tapped the sword and not the messenger, so I'm not really sure if he's swinging or what's going on here.
Just throw a sword at you. Take that.
You can throw the new throwing knife at people in Origins.
Yeah.
Seems a little... But yeah, the card's pretty flavorful.
Yeah, well,
It's better than Shuriken from Betrayers of Kamigawa. You throw it at your opponent, and then they get to keep it if you didn't throw it with a ninja. They throw it back at you. Play toss.
Yeah, so with this attack, Crusader just blocks the messenger and
Right, yeah,
it
it's
kills it. It's a 5/4. Except
yeah, because double strike. That is
we're not doing that though.
Wait, did George
Cards are
take the
being
damage?
milled. Maybe the sword's on the. No, he just took 7. That seems suboptimal.
What's going on here? Yeah, what just happened?
I don't know. He milled some cards, and there's a Gravecrawler.
It's possible he didn't want to block because the messenger would come back bigger and Joe would lose 2 life, but that's definitely better than taking 5 and milling 10.
Yeah, that's not a defensible line of play, in my opinion.
Right, no, that's...
Did he really have any winning lines, though?
Well,
Not really.
no, but he could have bought himself more time to possibly draw into one.
Taking 2 instead of 7 was, I think, better though.
Yeah.
Scoop him up.
Alright, well, there's the concession.
That's a pretty quick game.
Yeah. Smith just dominated that from his shade on turn 2.
Well, let's look at sideboards, see if we can do better.
Yeah. What cards would help here that Joe isn't already playing?
I like Rebel Arc if that's not on the deck already, but it probably is.
Yeah.
Colossus might not be main deck.
Yeah, Colossus should definitely be in the deck. Definitely want Vanishing Light.
Yeah.
Reclamation Sage.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of
Asceticism?
yeah, that.
Yeah. It's interesting. Joe already has a lot of creatures that can't be targeted because of their pro-black. I'm not sure how relevant the regeneration is. Joe doesn't have a ton of mana in his deck, which is part of the issue. The card is going to be really slow and not even as relevant as it would be in other matchups.
Yeah.
How
Sorry,
I think
just because he has so much pro-black.
we got to get like Heartwood Storyteller out of there. Some of those like slow anti-control cards. I think you may
Right.
even just like pull Gaddock Teeg, even just like cards that are low impact on their own.
Yeah.
So like I don't know how the game you won was against Smith because I missed it, but like the game that I won, I took like very aggressive lines of play and tried to set up 2-for-1s or better.
Yeah. Our games were pretty grindy.
Yeah. And I don't know. I felt like his deck was better than mine, and I had to just like try to set up very specific game states,
Yeah.
which ended up in, basically threw everything away and was like, I gotta draw my 8th land and cast a Zugan. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
No, I didn't get a chance to see it yet. I just started going back through all the replays actually today.
but I
So
mean,
I'm really far behind.
I did not win the match, but that was how I won the one game that I won.
Hmm.
Stupid pack rat.
Yeah, I can't believe I actually survived the pack rat and then just died to the rest of the stuff.
That was pretty anticlimactic, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I was a fool.
I like that Joe has Privileged Position and Asceticism. Just double the hexproof.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder at what point he's gonna want both of those.
There's some
Really-
amount of diminishing returns when you have like all of these hate creatures that you're trying to protect from being targeted when they like can't be targeted.
Yeah, it's really redundant.
Well, Heartwood Storyteller
Maybe-
is still in the deck. And no white mana.
How do we feel about that? This
Um,
this has to be a mulligan, right? He just can't cast anything. He can wait and hope to top deck something, and then he has plays on maybe turn 2 or 3, but
yeah,
there's a very good chance he just draws dead and then dies himself.
Thalia also has no text right now. It's just a 2-1 with first strike.
It might be bad for him because of his uncollected company.
Yeah. This
Hand looks much better.
actually I think is better, yeah, even though it's
Yeah.
slow. If he draws a Voice of Resurgence or some kind of 2-drop, it's a pretty good hand.
It's already better than the hand from last game because he has a 3-drop.
Yeah. It's weird how, like, seeing the decks in action now, like, I thought his deck looked really good on paper, but, like, watching it play out, it seems like the parts actually don't mesh very well,
Yeah.
in some ways, at least. They're just, like, he hasn't had a lot of smooth draws.
Hmm. So, what action does Smith have? He's got Dolphy Slayer on turn 2, which is going to just be a clock that can't really be answered too easily.
Yeah. Hey, Chameleon can definitely erase that. Although we can't.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
erase the Gray Merchant.
Right. So, Smith plays the Slayer here, right? Not for Bloodcast.
I believe so.
Yeah. Get through them blockers.
They basically have
Yeah,
the same
back.
deck, except Slayer is unblockable.
Yeah.
Bloodcast is not.
Right.
Found the blue.
So Joe has only drawn lands so far. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It turns on his 4-drops, but
Colossus Throne does seem really strong.
yeah, that's fair. These are two of the best cards that Joe has against Smith's deck.
Smith has an interesting decision of whether to drop the Mutavault now, because if he plays a Mutavault, he can't play Bloodghast and Gravecrawler.
Right.
I think is the play this turn, unless you're just going to cast Hero's Downfall on the 3/3.
Right, so that's the question. Do you want to play Hero's Downfall and kill the more creatures to the board?
Like, I think you want to up your devotion count for Grey Merchant. He may not know that yet. He will know when he sees the Colossus.
Right. Well, he decided to go with the play dudes plan,
Mm-hmm.
which I think I like.
You can chump the Colossus
Colossus.
once with Mutavault if need be.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon Canopy. That's the draw.
Yeah, it turns into something else if he doesn't need the land later, although doubling Chameleon Colossus's power and toughness might end up being a thing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking that.
Doubling it twice, I mean, because he's already at 6 mana in his hand. The Slayer is not a super fast claw without the sword. Smith throws Grave Titan, but he's still... Well, he has Erebos for this turn, so
Yeah.
he can... I don't know
Is
if that's
Erebos
really...
alive? I think it is.
Is what?
Erebos is live.
Oh, yeah, Erebos is actually a creature.
That's actually a 5/7.
Wow, that's huge. Still can't block the Colossus, but gonna be a good attacker. It'll force the Colossus to jump to 5/7, which means Bloodghast and Gravecrawler can get through for damage.
Yeah. Oh. Joe just
Oh
drawing
no!
mono
Yeah.
land. His draws have been pretty bad in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Wonder how many lands he's playing. That's probably not the problem here, but that is very unfortunate that it's happening.
I know he updated his mana base. That was. He told me that was the only thing he changed from the first 2 rounds.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If Smith draws a land, he can just Grey Merchant for 8. Seems fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The race with Colossus plan is not going to get there.
Yeah. Smith just had too much to do on each of his turns.
Like, he might actually be better off casting Thrun right now.
I agree. Wait, is he swinging with the Colossus?
Well,
Now he kind of has to cast Run, right?
I guess so. He didn't pump it, so. Yeah, now you just can't block Erebos.
Yeah, I definitely would not have swung with that Colossus right there. Once
Yeah.
he hits 8 mana, Colossus already swings for 16. I mean, he shouldn't be in a hurry to deal damage.
I think that's the ticket to winning at this point.
Yeah.
Although he does have him down to 16 now, so now he doesn't have to attack until he can get in. Obliterator is not castable here.
Right.
Smith's hand is actually pretty bad right now.
Yeah,
it
he's
actually
got
doesn't do
Hero's
anything.
Downfall to kill Dauntless Escort. Might as well kill the Escort and swing for damage, right? I mean, what are you going to lose your
Yeah,
Bloodghast or
you're
Rage Shield?
basically getting time walked otherwise.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And even if you lose the Gravecrawler, Erebos is still a creature, and if Bloodghast dies, he'll eventually draw alive again.
There is an interesting dynamic here where Joe just takes damage. Oh, Gravecrawler and Bloodghast can't block. So
Yeah.
that's interesting, I guess. So you'd attack with Run 2. That seems bad. There's an interesting dynamic here. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I think I would have snapped off the Hero's Downfall and swung with everything, just to try and kill Joe a little faster. Because
I think that's very defensible.
yeah, Chameleon Colossus will actually win the game in 2 turns.
If
2, 3, 4, 5,
if
6.
I was gonna say, if Joe can race to the point where Smith has to chump with the Mutavault, he may just not be able to do anything. Like, he may not be able to get to the mana he needs in time.
Right.
So, yeah, Joe can attack for 11 here. That has to be tempting. I don't think it's correct, but it has to be tempting.
Wait. Oh no. Joe only had 5 lands in play last turn. There's still 2 turns to go, and Joe needs it before he can pump the Colossus. Or he's doing it right now. What's going on here?
If you're gonna make this play, I like attacking with Run also and getting him to 4, so you don't have to pump it again.
Yeah.
I mean, if Smith draws land and casts Grey Merchant, it's just like, whatever.
Right.
And step Downfall.
Yeah. This is actually a really close game.
Yeah,
Kill
escort.
has to kill Joe this turn, or Colossus kills him.
Well, no, he's got the mutavault.
Oh, right, yeah, you've... His
Although
mutavault is colorless.
if he forces the mutavault chump, that's relevant, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So Teague is just going to chump Erebos here.
Mm-hmm.
Close game.
Yeah.
Oh, Necrotal could take out Teague.
And then how much damage does...
That would force a chump block because he'd be attacking for 11.
Right, but then...
So, like, if Thrun blocks one of the 2 power creatures, he takes 9 and he dies.
Right, so front has to block Erebos, die.
Oh, no, but then he just untaps and wins with Chameleon.
Yeah.
So Smith can't make that play.
Next turn to Colossus. Yeah, he'd tap out
Smith-
for the Necrotal.
Smith basically is on 2 mana right now because he has to have that Mutavault.
Right, so there's nothing he can actually cast out of his hand. Or, what if he activates Mutavault now, possibly be lethal? He'd bug. The best
I
he does
think
is get
he'd
rid
only
of
get
3.
him to 3 if my math is right.
Yeah, I think that's
It's
how
almost-
that works.
This feels like a glorified game of Limited. Like, it's all about creature combat and, like, figuring out the math.
Right, I mean, ideally that's what a draft is, even a rotisserie draft is supposed to be.
That is a good point. This is technically a limited format. The limits are very not strict.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh man. Has Joe drawn
Um,
anything that's not a land? Gaddock Teague, I guess.
So I'd probably, since
Do you canopy
you don't
before
need to activate
combat?
Colossus,
If you, because if you get to pump the Chameleon, you win. So you
right,
presume you're not pumping the Chameleon, so you're still gonna have five mana, and you can regen Thrun. So
right, because Smith has to commit to blocking the Chameleon Colossus before Joe has to pump anyway.
right.
So actually, maybe he should have swung. Oh yeah, play the canopy and then swing. Don't pop it yet.
Yeah, I attack with just Colossus. I think that's correct.
Yeah.
You could pop the canopy now and hope to draw a Bant Charm, and then you. Oh no, you don't have enough mana.
No.
So you
Oh yeah, because then you're only hitting for 4.
Yeah.
Which
This
is not worth it.
this is fine though. Like I said, I think you should crack the canopy.
Right. Yeah, because then he might be
just
able to
has no
draw a
reason
blocker.
not to.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to make his Chameleon. Well, I know he's just dead to Grey Merchant. Grey Merchant can't be cast. He doesn't have to play around that.
Yeah. There's no black rituals in Modern, right? Smith doesn't have any of that nonsense.
No.
Oh, that's a card.
Too bad he can't cast it.
Oh, Fatigue. Oh, yeah, that's really awkward.
I think, famous last words, I think Smith, what's he doing?
Drawing with Erebos.
Oh, right. I think he's drawing dead, but I could be wrong. You never know.
He just drew Gerald's Messenger. That might do it.
Does Liliana do it?
Liliana is probably just as good as Messenger. It forces through at least 2 damage. It's just going to kill the Gaddock Teague.
Yeah, no, I don't think that does it. If he plays Messenger, Joe goes to 5. He could block 2 creatures. He goes to 1. Liliana makes him sack the Teague. He blocks Erebos. He takes 6. He goes to 1.
He can
Right.
also collect a company after Teague dies.
Right.
Or he could company after he sacks Teague if Liliana happens.
Right, which actually makes the Messenger play better, although I'm not sure if Smith has any reason to suspect company is
It still just gets him
in
to 1
Joe's
though.
hand.
Yeah, Joe just wants to snap this block off.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright.
At least we saw it coming.
Yeah. He's already resolving the spell. I don't think he saw.
Oh, he got it.
Alright.
He put it back in his hand.
Yeah.
He did reveal a great Sable Stag.
It's just
Yeah,
hiding with his
which
lands.
would have been fantastic. Does he have to shuffle his deck now? How do we deal with this?
Yeah.
Alright, he shuffled.
Yeah, if you just like look at extra random cards you just shuffle.
Okay.
If he just like blocks correctly, he wins a game.
Right.
So we have reached points like this before, and haven't gotten there. Yeah. I think you put Thrun on the Erebos, and then Teague on, I guess the Bloodghast, because you know he doesn't have any lands.
Right.
He doesn't. Oh no, he doesn't have any zombies in play.
Yeah.
So,
Great
either
Merchant.
one is fine.
Great Merchant is a zombie. Messenger is a zombie, but they're
Oh,
not
good
out.
call. If he could not block with Teague and die to Messenger.
Yeah.
That would be pretty bad.
I'm guessing he wants to kill his own Teague because that lets him cast Collected Company. He might not be thinking about that though. But Smith is also playing Profane Command, and if he takes 6 here, he's also dead to that.
Yeah.
Although I guess Smith would have just given Erebos Fear, and that would have done the same thing.
True. We're in the tank here.
Yeah.
Big decision. It seems so obvious to me that like you want to cast Company anyway.
Yeah. I guess the big question is, do you block Gravecaller or Bloodcast?
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess if he regenerates Thrun, he can't cast Collected Company.
Right. Not until his next turn.
So that's a thing, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it doesn't matter.
Right.
If you want to cast Collected Company and save the Thrun, you could put Thrun on a 2/1.
Right, and then block Teague with
and
the
then
5.
also cast your Collected Company.
Yeah, I like that better. You don't even need to regenerate the Thrun.
Just thinking about it.
Very suspenseful.
Yeah. What will happen?
This is like the inverse of a slow roll.
Right. Because Joe wins this game as long as he blocks correctly, right?
All he has to do is block both creatures and regenerate Thrun.
Right. Oh no, he didn't block. No!
Yeah,
Joe, what have you done?
I don't understand why he wants Gaddock Teague around.
I have no idea. I guess it stops him from casting Profane Command, but right, that's the thing. He can't cast Profane Command with Teague in play.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Messenger kills him.
The misplays.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get you.
Yeah. So Smith takes this match 2-0.
Yep.
All right.
Remains undefeated.
He will
Indeed.
remain in first, given that no one else can catch him.
Yeah. Well, if I do it right, Smith will be my only loss in the Swiss.
I guess I'm on that plan too.
I don't know though. Hunter's deck looks pretty good against mine. He's got a lot of removal, and I'm a little threat light. Got a lot of mana.
I think Smith is also cold to an ensnaring bridge.
Yeah.
He is that. He has no outs.
He is playing mono black. He also probably can't beat Worship. Did anyone draft Worship? They should have.
I don't think so.
I forgot that was in the format.
I can't cast that one.
Worship was what stopped me from qualifying for a Pro Tour in Madrid, so I'm really salty about that card existing. Or for me not putting Ray of Revelation in my sideboard when I knew I should have. I couldn't think of what it would be good for, but I knew it would be good for something, and then Singleton Worship in 2 games against Bant.
Anybody invite them back yet?
I haven't, but I can.
I got it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Guess I don't need to watch this game anymore. Possibly.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Sometimes you're out as the opponent blocking wrong.
Like what that does is like plays around me having Swamp Mutilate.
Okay, I did not think about that.
So it's either Messenger or Mutilate you have to play around.
Hey.
Hello there. That was a really close second game.
Yeah.
Quite.
I'm heading out in a few minutes, so if anyone has anything that they want to ask me.
I guess we gotta ask why you didn't block with Gattatig.
I don't know, because I'm stupid.
From here.
Because I was looking through his deck list trying to think of anything that he could do if I didn't, and somehow I missed the card that he already played last game because I'm tired and I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, it just seemed like you could also cast your Collected Company if you blocked, so that was why I was
Yeah,
surprised.
I don't know. As I said, I don't know what half the cards do. I didn't want to look any of them up and waste everyone's time even more. Like, I'm seeing the deck list, I'm like, I don't know what a third of these are, but I'm not going to spend time looking each of them up individually, so I took everyone off by waiting too long, so...
I put everybody's list into cockatrice and then saved it on their default deck analysis website where you can do mouse overs and stuff.
Oh,
That's
I
cool.
didn't know that, so...
Check that out for future use.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know. Game 1 was just kind of bad. Your hand wasn't
Anything
good.
else?
It's like you could have mulliganed, but I don't know if it would have mattered.
I just figured I was gonna lose game 1 by default. I was like, yeah, I have a card that can't be the target of stuff, so sure, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I just ended up having a sword. Awesome.
What happened at... Okay, so the end of game 1 there was a turn where, like, you had the sword and...
He could have blocked with the Mirror Crusader.
Okay, so you didn't move... Because you tapped the sword and not the creature, so we were really confused, like, what was happening.
Oh.
It seemed like you shouldn't have attacked with the creature because it could have been blocked, but then it didn't get blocked, so I wasn't really even sure what had happened.
Yeah, I could have blocked with the Mirror Crusader, but then I would have lost the only thing I had left that could do anything, and I had a, what was it?
What were you gonna do?
I had a Metamorph, I was gonna just make another Mirror Crusader, that way I at least had like 2 creatures he couldn't deal with, but...
Your creature has protection from black.
It wouldn't have taken any damage.
Yeah.
Did I mention I'm stupid? Like, I think I said that once already.
I played pretty badly last round, too. I just, like, got lucky and it didn't cost me.
I don't know. Like... Alright.
Well, now you know.
I'm back.
Hey, Sky. Okay. Well, yeah, if you gotta go, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Later.
Oh,
I'll,
yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Well, I got punished for playing Mutavault this game.
Yeah. It did buy you a turn, but then it kind of stone rained you. And
Yeah.
so we thought you had no outs, but we were assuming that, like, it seemed like he had no reason to keep Gattatig in play.
Yeah.
But sometimes you make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Had a few of those moments already.
Yeah. Like I said, Swamp Mutilate would also work, but...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That just, like, flat out kills a Colossus, though, right?
Kills Colossus, Thrun.
So he
And-
like, can he even play around that?
Yes, because if I just try doing that, he just pumps Colossus and doesn't care.
Oh right.
I need
Okay.
him to have to spend mana regenerating Thrun.
So what if he chumps? How about if he?
And I also can't cast Mutilate unless he chumps.
I think okay. How about he blocks Thrun on one of the 2/1s and then chumps Gaddock Teague on Erebos? Then I think you can't win.
Then I can't win.
Okay, so I was pretty sure there was a way that like we were going through the blocks and I thought that if he blocked that way he couldn't lose, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I wasn't actually actively thinking about Mutilate. It just like seemed right. I don't know.
Yeah. If he had chumped that way, man, I could have won. Well,
There still would have been a game 3 after that, so.
True. And Smith probably would have just had Pack Rat turn 2. So
Unbeatable.
we were saying that you just like auto win if you play Pack Rat turn 2 in that matchup.
yeah.
I think he like actually can't do anything.
Now he could. Well, what's the faster clock, Packrat or Canadian Colossus?
By the time the Colossus comes down, you have 3/3/3s.
I can't block it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that
one-
if it's Rat turn 2, I think the Rat's gonna get there, or like he at least can't attack with the Colossus or whatever. But if they were both on turn 4, I think the Colossus wins.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even turn 3, maybe.
Well, he
Also,
could just
that's another play.
if he could chomp like any of my rats, I think I lose that race too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes I did like beat Pack Rat a couple times with Gun Monsters. Like I lost to it most of the time, but like sometimes I just played some big creatures and like won eventually. They just like couldn't attack for a while, and then you just like kill them with Storm Breath Dragon or something. But it's not easy to do.
Yeah. Or like Hierarch and the Colossus seems awful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fast Colossus would have been devastating.
But it worked. You get to remain in first place at least one more day.
Whoop.
Is your second match tomorrow or on Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay, so you'll be in first place at least for 2 more days.
Huh.
Did you guys catch anything else there that was important?
Rabble. I don't know. I missed the first bit of what you guys were talking about, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's
We
about-
talked a lot about the block at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I think I should have activated Erebos a turn earlier. That the way I didn't. I had another out to draw something before having to sack. I like the draw a 5th land for
Yeah.
the mutable and
If
play
you ever cast Grey Merchant, you just win.
exactly.
Hmm.
I should have activated it then, but
Right.
deep mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's
Uh,
pretty
so-
easy to turn on Erebos in that deck.
Erebos is pretty easy to turn on.
Yeah.
My creatures are very devoted to the black.
Yeah, that Mutavault stopped you from casting Obliterator there. That was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to come up very often, though.
No, I think I'd rather have the Mutavault than have the odd game of I can't cast Obliterator.
Yep. All right, if we don't have anything else, we can set up the last match, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.